Good morning, cousin, and welcome to our daily divination ceremony. This is a ceremony that is specially curated for neurodivergent, black sheep, cycle breaking queerdos, and we are asking, where does our attention need to be today in order to bring the most expansion in our relationship with our life and our practice? It is a busy day at Weirdbrook. We've got this like shuffle and mod thing going on because a little bit of context. Weirdbrook is a 200-year-old, 80-acre homestead in rural New England. It is a sanctuary and rehabilitation space for members of our coven. We have an international coven of neurodivergent black sheep cycle-breaking queerdos. And today we have someone that is coming into this very it's essentially a temple for witches. And they're actually a massage therapist. And so shout out to Patrick, who drove 2 hours to come to Weirdbrook to help those of us who are here, because most neurodivergent people have a lot of comorbidities, including things like hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and POTS and MCAS and so we have we're constantly on this journey of repairing our relationship with being embodied and finding a therapist who can work with those complexities is very rare. As someone who has had a lot of massage therapy in my life, because I'm epileptic and I am also hypermobile and POTS and MCAS and all of those things. It's hard to find a really good therapist that is excited about doing that kind of work. It's very specialized work. It's not a relaxation kind of massage therapy. Anyway, so they drove 2 hours to come out and do massages for all of us. And so that's happening right now. We're starting to cycle through everyone and they're getting all set up. So thank you to Morgana and Ocean for kind of co-modding this live stream this morning. I'm going to just get right into it. Today is an insanely busy day at the resource center as well. We have an international resource center. And so today we're doing this live. This is one thing that we do. The next thing is we have the orientation, the foundation's dedication ceremony for those who have chosen to walk the path of a witch born of shadow for the next year. And that is our foundation's program. So they are initiating into that program today. And that's happening right after the live for the summer class. So, hey. And then we have our monthly belief release, or what would be called a full moon ceremony with the coven this afternoon. That is a very full day of hardcore witching with massage therapy in between. So it's going to be great. But you know what we did yesterday? One of the real big projects on the homestead was to get a crop of potatoes in. And these are the potatoes that we are going to feed the community as they cycle through over the next year. And Morgana and Ocean and I, put in the whole crop of potatoes last night using nothing more than a broad fork, if you know, you know, and, like, muscle power because none of the engines would start. So the tractor and the tiller and all that, we're having some stuff there, but yeah, we did it, and it was so great. We had so much fun, and we're all very much needing massage therapy today. So it was very tidy that this was set up so far in advance. And we got the potatoes in. So all of you witches that are gonna be coming to Weirdbrook in September, the potatoes that we are going to be eating at our harvest dinner are going to be potatoes that we grew with our own hands and planted the night before the full moon at sunset, and it was awesome. I even got, like, a black fly bite. Do you see that? If you know, you know. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna start by taking 3 deep breaths, and then I'm gonna get my system prepared for, divination because I too have raging ADHD, and it takes a minute. It takes a process, so to bring my mind, body, and spirit all to the same place at the same time so that I can get the clearest message. And, these particular messages are especially important because the full moon is like tomorrow. So we got to be thinking about what antiquated belief are we still carrying that needs to be released so that we can grow. So Stacy says put some plantain on the bite, and Heather says chew it up first. But I will do you one better because I have in the shop that is currently closed down because we're moving it to the East Coast. I have a what did I call it? Stingbane. I called it Stingbane. It's a bug bite relief balm that I make using plantain as well. So that's what I'm going to be using on it. I love plantain salve. Okay, here we go. On your mark, get second, go. Stim if you need to. I'm like buzzy with energy today. That's going to be fun. Consider yourselves forewarned. I humbly invite all that is fire within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is air within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this I humbly invite all that is earth within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is water within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I beckon to this system. May we now align as one. For my cousins are the elements, and so the moon and sun. I call to those who love me. You are welcome in this space. For our nature is united, sharing magic, life, and grace. And now we make a declaration of intention. What are we doing? Why did we call everyone? I choose now, in this moment, to align with my whole self, to pull the book that tells my story from its place upon the shelf. I enter now this circle made of trust and hope and power. And I show up for my practice in this place and at this hour. Because I am home. Where does our attention need to be today to bring the most expansion in our relationship with our life and our practice? Here, let me move my tea out of the way so you guys can see. I forget that I have to think about that stuff still. You'd think after how many years of doing this with you guys, I'd be like, oh, mind your framing. Mm-mm. Okay. The Six of Swords upright. So this is the card we drew. And I'm going to read the prompt that's on that card so that I'm not influencing your initial interpretation of this card. We all have access to the same information. We're just interpreting it through the lens of our own perspective. And it's supposed to be like that. And when you're repairing your relationship with your intuition, it's really important that you prioritize your inside information over what some stranger on the internet is trying to tell you, like what to do with your life, including me, probably especially me. If we're going to be completely honest. There's a state of transition where you're being forced out of your comfort zone or a difficult past, and you're headed toward uncharted territory. This move is crucial for your growth, whether you're wanting it or not. Take the time to reflect on any emotional baggage you may be carrying as you're moving between phases and see what you may be able to leave behind. And then the reversed, because it's about the whole card. You may be open to changes that need to be made, but there's something in your way. The reverse Six of Swords is encouraging you to keep moving forward. Continue to work outside your comfort zone. All right. So brew on that, witches. And then let's talk about it. We need to find a brewing song that we play. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But next week. It's probably in the cards. What Tama said in the comments said, is this the perfect card for orientation of foundations or what? It truly is, and that's exactly what I was getting from it as well. But it does seem to apply to the broader and the community too, because of what we were talking about yesterday and what we've been talking about all weekend, that there's this last push there's like this window of big manifestation that is about to close, just like the end of the planting season here at Weirdbrook. We are no longer planting new seeds in the ground. We are doing what we can to get the biggest harvest out of what we've done, right? That window of having the opportunity to, oh, let's do sweet potatoes too. Let's not forget about the sweet potatoes. Let's not forget about, the lettuce. I don't know, whatever that last minute thing is. There's this inventory that we've been needing to take over the course of this weekend of, if I could do one last push, if I could invest just like a little bit more into the life that I'm wanting to manifest, the life that I'm wanting to live, what is that last thing that I could invest in? What do I got to get into the ground, right? And so that's what we've been talking about up until today. Today, this card feels like a marking of, okay, you did it. You did it. And remember that time is different in the spirit world. When you do manifestation work, it begins when you make the decision, not when it begins to show up in your life, right? Not when you start like actually working toward it. Once you make the decision, like that's when everything shifts. So this is like the decision has been made. You have made this decision to step out of your comfort zone and to invest your all into you, which is terrifying, right? It's outside of our comfort zone. And this is asking, which is very tidy right before the full moon. What is one more thing that you could just let go of that is going to propel you forward? Is there anything else? And I get the imagery of a hot air balloon, right? Where you are taking the weight off. In my head, a hot air balloon ride is some like dramatic thing of we've got to let weight off, right? We got to like be lighter, whatever. So my hot air balloon guy is like cutting weights off because they're needing to get higher to get to where they're wanting to do to be. So, is there a bag of sand that you've been particularly like clutchy on? This very special bag of sand that you got from your childhood, you got when you were a kid. Maybe your mama gave it to you. I don't know, but it's special. Uh, is there one of those that you could like let go of so that you could rise to the heights that you're needing to be in order to receive what you're wanting out of this life? Okay. So one more thing that you could look at. And today is the perfect day to do that as we prepare for this full moon. But what am I holding on to? What am I holding on to? I'm going to tell you uh, that this is a big one, right? This isn't a small decision, a small kind of thing. This is a big weight. And you're right about needing to let it go. You're right about it. Okay. It's got this rite of passage feel, and that's why it's so wonderful for and very timely because today is that orientation, that kind of initiation for our summer class through to begin this really intense journey that they're about to embark on that's going to change their life forever. It's got that like rite of passage. Your life as you know it from here on is going to change forever. What are you bringing through the threshold with you? What are you bringing with you? What are you leaving at the door? Right? I love what Heather's insight. So I'm going to read Heather's insight. Your bags are packed. What you have is what you have. Focus on what you managed to pack and know that you can do what you need to do with what you have. No regrets. All right. So now we got to look at what we're in resistance to or in denial of that's keeping us from being able to really engage with this Six of Swords like vibe we have going on. The Seven of Wands. Here we go. So here's the card. I'm going to read the prompt that's on the card. And this, just so you know, this is the third day in a row that the card just under this one is the Lovers, by the way. I don't usually read that card. I always glance at it Every time I pull it, I always glance at it because it has this, "But wait, there's more" vibe to it, and sometimes it gives a little bit more, but this is the 3rd day in a row that the lovers have been underneath this card. Do with that what you will. I'm gonna go ahead and read this card now. I'm gonna put my glasses on, and then I'm gonna read this card. Okay. You're struggling on your journey. You may have just reached an important milestone, but naysayers are trying to knock you back and or causing you to prove yourself. Hold your ground no matter what, because you know you've got this, and don't dare let anyone tell you otherwise. And then the reverse is others and their competitive natures have left you feeling vulnerable and inadequate. Questions about your decisions and choices leave you overwhelmed by the judgment of others. You may want to back down and give up, but you know you're stronger than that. You fought way too hard to be where you are. So the 7 of Wands upright is what we drew. Does anyone need me to read that again? I'm trying not to influence you with this, but I really do. I love it. It's very validating when we get readings like this where it's just so clear and they're kind of saying the same thing. Uh, it, this is so much about this decision that you've made. This, like, I'm doing this with my life. I'm doing this with my life right now. And there's this, is there someone or someone's in your life that are like, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind? Uh, or you're afraid that if they knew what you were doing, are afraid that they would think that you're crazy. They'd be like, "You're risking too much. What are you thinking?" This is like the naysayers, the ones that think that you're you're out of your mind. And it being in this place is almost like, okay, so first of all, I'm fully aware that as black sheep cycle breakers, it's real hard. Like, it's not, we don't really let people tell us what to do with our lives, and we just usually just do what we want. Uh, and usually we're pretty stubborn about that fact. So me coming in here saying, "Hey, are you worried about what other people are thinking about your life?" Most of us, our knee jerk reaction is like, "Hell no, I'll do what I want. I do what I want." This card is saying that you're in denial of the fact that it does matter to you. Whoever these people are, these potential naysayers, and this isn't necessarily even actual naysayers. This could be you believing that they would be, but you haven't actually told them what you're going to do. And you haven't told them because you're afraid that they will be naysayers, right? You're holding back because you're afraid of what they're how they're going to react. You don't want them to like shit in your cornflakes about it. So, kind of looking into that. There's this like, first of all, you don't owe anyone information about what you're doing with your life. You don't have to tell anyone what you're doing. You don't have to. Is there freedom in being like very open about what you're doing with your life? Yes, absolutely. When you're able to get to the point where you're just like shameless, I'm doing this. Right? I don't care if you think I'm crazy. But we're not all there sincerely, right? So There's this you either need to be okay with them not agreeing with what you're doing, or you need to be sincere about it not mattering to you. Like, that's again, this card being in this position, what you're in resistance to or in denial of. Is there a relationship or a dynamic where you are not being fully transparent about the decisions that you're making with your life? There's a part of you that you're not able to share with someone or someone's close to you. And is that problematic? How much mental and emotional labor are you doing navigating that? Are you thinking about it a lot? Are you playing different scenarios of telling them over and over in your head a lot? Your system needs your attention for this transition. And if you are investing more mental and emotional labor into navigating how others are going to receive this decision that you're making, you're not allowing yourself to actually enjoy the threshold that you're crossing. Like, do what you want, but you're working real hard. You don't have to work that hard. Yeah, you're doing a good job. We are right there. We're right there. And we're all crossing this threshold together. All of us are stepping into these clearer versions of ourselves over this next week. And it's scary sometimes. Uh, and you're allowed to be afraid. You're allowed to be nervous, but you're also allowed to be excited. And you're also allowed to be hopeful. And you are allowed to celebrate this scary threshold that you're crossing with people that care about you. It makes a huge difference having that support. Just one of the many reasons why we put so much physical, mental, and emotional labor into creating the app space that we have for our community at community.brightanddark.org. It's a space that you can go to and be like, hey, I'm doing this and it's scary. I need some encouragement. And you will have witches from all over the world encouraging you through this threshold. Don't underestimate the power of community and support from strangers, even. Okay. Lean in. We've got you. You are not too heavy for us. You are not too there are many of us. Bring it. Bring it all. Okay. So, the summary of our homework for the day is to investigate to see if there's one more thing that we can let go of. And that thing very well could be the opinions and perspectives of others. Could be the thing. It might be that need to be like some release work needs to happen there so that you're able to get to the expansion that you're looking for. All right. Let's close out this working. Hand on your heart. Take a deep breath. This working is now closing, but the magic has just begun. I humbly thank the elements and both the moon and sun. To all who chose to bless this flow, I now sincerely thank you. May our practice be expansive and our course be clear and true. All right, witches. I will either see you at the I'll see you later. If you're involved in stuff that's going on at the resource center today, you're gonna see me. I'm gonna be all up in that. Um, and you'll also see me tomorrow morning because I'm gonna do this again with you. And we're gonna step into this full moon empowered, having done our homework to know what it is we're actually going to be releasing. And yeah, let's do this. Remember, if you can't be good at it. Bye.